Here we are on Conversations with Karen Maria. I like this song, Bollywood party. Okay, sorry. So we are here on Conversations with Karen on Facebook as well, and on Talk City 91.1 FM. We're happy to have you on here. I'm Karen Maria myself. Don't know if all you could see me here. I'm trying. But cameras are not my friend. So we are here with the wonderful Roger Moore, and he is an expert at bringing, I wouldn't say bringing you out of, giving you the opportunities and the options that may help you to come out of poverty. So let's put it that way. I want to be politically correct.
And also get out of the rat race.
Out of the rat race.
Yeah, which is your dependence on a salary. And most people are
Listen, I would love that. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. Oh, God.
That is if you don't love your job, but a lot of people have a job they don't like simply because they have bills to pay, and that's a horrible way to live. But,
see, and that's the thing. No, but I'm just saying this. I love my job here, so I wouldn't, even when I am financially free,
you still be doing this, of
still
course,
be here
because you love it.
Yeah.
It's radio.
But it will just be at my own pace, and brand and whatever else, and it'll be like, yes, Karen Maria shall come on at certain times, and she shall not do this. So anyway,
but here it is. Some advice from a Cashflow Club owner. You love this radio business even more if you had your own business and you had to deal with the radio station itself. And had your own sponsors.
Listen, why are you saying that? I love my boss.
You still work with your boss, you just be on a contract basis.
Right.
You're limited as a company.
So having that control over how your life looks, I think that will be the ultimate level of it.
So in your case, you could actually take reference with there's a book from Oprah, a book on Oprah Winfrey from Kitty Clark. She actually is not illegal by autobiography, but Oprah didn't approve it.
Okay,
it was
unofficial.
An investigative kind of thing. And so it got the truth about Oprah and how she started. And she actually started off in radio.
Yeah.
Fashion and radio.
Okay.
She was a model, but radio is what really got her the attention she needed. She did radio all through university. And she did TV. She became a reporter. She was good, but not excellent. So they gave her the most garbage talk shows on the morning.
Right.
And eventually she made it big in the morning show. And one of her closest friends was actually an attorney, a big attorney, and he actually gave a lot of advice in terms of putting her own show together and stuff because they had a lot of potential, and she was doing all these kind of loose topics that were, were considered conspiracy theories now, but back in the days were weird topics, and it made her stand out, and she was very charismatic with it, and that's how she made her career.
So it's standing on her. And how is that? How is that connected with? Okay, actually, I'll call my question for a second because we have a caller on the.
It was specific to your case.
And they're gone. If you were calling and you didn't get through, 622-4911. You can call for Roger Moore. We're here for Conversations with Karen.
Yeah. So with employees, we teach them to aim for multiple sources of income.
Got it. Yeah.
So even if you have a job, you have rental real estate, you have a sideline business making your money with a team, so that you could operate and make money even while you're not there physically.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Leveraging your time, money. I like that. Hello and good morning. You on Talk City?
I'm not fixing the radio. It's too loud.
Yes, Roger. Roger's talking to Roger. Roger, meet
Yes,
Roger.
I am here again. My business is music.
Yes.
All right? This is music. And I would like to find out now, I'm not computer savvy. I don't know most of the technology. But I am looking for a manager to manage my work because so often I get in the way of things and I'm not aware of the computer age. So if there's any support that anybody listening, just bear it in mind. I can leave my number off here, but there's quite a number of compositions that I have on artwork. So I take the opportunity because Karen is very neutral as an announcer, and I commend her for this.
Roger, thank you so much. You know what? anybody who can, you can call us here 622-4911. I'll make the link up. Thanks, Lovey.
Paul Rogers like to sell.
I did.
Sell.
And that is actually a fantastic.
It's the number one skill in business.
Yeah.
Number one skill by far.
Because if you can't sell, I don't care what you have to sell, you cannot get through.
So all those listeners,
I was trying to rhyme, but it didn't
if you have anybody in your family or if you want to get into business, entrepreneurship, and you want to be successful, your first step is get a part-time or full-time job in sales. Immerse yourself in the world of sales. Read sales books. Go sales seminars. Do sales courses. Master sales first. That's what makes a difference. Your ability to sell. You can sell anything and make money.
Right.
You can sell DVDs and make money. You can sell forks and make money. In fact, as a sales trainer, the most successful person I ever trained in my sales courses was she actually sold plastic forks and plastic knives.
Wow.
Yes, and she owned part of the company.
Mm.
And she thought she was not that good. And I had to tell her, actually, you are probably one of the most successful salespeople I've ever trained. And she did not know that.
Simply, and what was the difference with her?
She was humble. She was very humble. Sales, you have to be, most people think you have to be extroverted to be good in sales, but that's actually the opposite. Introverts make the best salespeople. So that's the biggest shock people get when they attend real interactive sales training. Introverts make the best salespeople because they know how to ask questions and listen. Okay. Sales is not about talking to their clients. Sales is about asking questions.
And if you ask the right questions, or just from listening, you will ask the right questions.
You lead them towards the sale, just like a lawyer in a trial.
That makes so much sense.
Objection, Your Honor. He's misleading the class. It's all about fun.
Our wonderful Yuri is doing the camera work in the background. He refuses to come on air, but
and funny enough, Yuri actually does programs in the prisons for free. So when last you did a program?
No, it was just 2019, but it's YTC. As we said, the kids, so that's our juvenile detention. So I know that places Cashflow will never.
Hear you.
Yuri can't hear you. You have the microphone.
I'll talk here.
You'll have to come share.
Yeah.
Come share.
So YTC, I went to the YTC in 2019, and that is about juvenile detention. And I realized there were places that would never experience cash flow. So send a letter to the prison commission. He said, okay, I'll come and try it out. Went in, and I started to teach some of the kids, started small. Then some of the guards started to sit in because they realized, hey,
this is valuable.
Even one of the guys, he did cash flow on his own thing, and it's like, hey, cash flow. So even the kids are like, hey, because some of the kids is about money now. Why some of them went inside, so.
I love your heart and your impact on that. We have a caller here. Hello, good morning.
I just have to call back because I'm inspired by this conversation. And I'd like to say to anybody wishing to manage me, can always call me because I have so much material.
But this is not the forum in which to do this. I already told you. Anyone who is going to call, they're going to call. And I'll happily take the information for you.
Okay, before I go, I would highly like those management of Talk City to bear in mind that I have some music I want to rotate because of my present financial difficulties.
No problem, love. I'm going to I'll reach out to them and I'll let them know. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Funny enough, in the music industry, a lot of artists actually struggle financially.
Yes.
And again, it's entrepreneurship training. It works in that regard as well. Because you learn, you have to think like an entrepreneur to make it in the music business, especially if you're now starting off and you don't have a lineage in music.
Listen, whether you have or not, I can tell you, it takes a lot. It takes a lot.
Marshall is a CEO, and before him was his mother.
Yeah.
It's a family-run business. That's why it's so successful, and a lot of people don't know that.
Not many families do that.
They don't know that family businesses can actually hold families together. A family that works together stays together. And one of the major reasons why families are falling apart in our world today, especially in our community, is because they work in separate places with people of the opposite sex. Of course, they're gonna do stuff with other people. So it breaks up the family. Employment breaks up the family
Dynamic.
system, the family dynamic, right? We're trying to repair it with family business, and it's working. We've trained entire families together, kids and parents.
And I don't know what to say.
The school system don't teach people about family business.
See, yeah, but then there are difficulties in that as well. But I guess there's difficulties in both.
Yeah, but once you have
areas.
personal development, once people understand that to master sales, you have to get into personal development to raise your emotional IQ and to raise your intelligence level and to get the skills you need to operate in a team. You get your
How?
sales skills and leadership skills.
This is the thing, though. Because I want to get back to the how this impacts the violent crimes and how it can bring it down to a lower level. How can this be incorporated into the communities where the violent crime may be the source of it coming from? What's the first thing to do?
Attend Cashflow. Awareness is key. So we do free talks. So we started back from now to do free talks. We paused for a while because we taught science, and as you know, the world became anti-science for a while. So we had to kind of stop talking about science and science stuff for a while until things normalize. And now things are normalized, but crime is going up and things are getting a little hot. So we're going to start coming out again. And I want to contact probably TTPS or try and do some stuff with them, and do some free talks and hotspot or whatever like we did in the past, and get more people into Cashflow, get more kids into Cashflow, get more parents and more communities into Cashflow, let them start doing Cashflow clubs. They could play free online on richdad.com. They could copy your course and do it on their own in their own communities if they want to, because that's how it is.
It honestly starts with the conversation.
Yes.
In that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to. Well, I agree. I 100% agree that it does start there, and the ones who will listen will listen.
Exactly.
So.
In fact, most people listen because they never heard anybody talk about money and business and investing the way we do. Nobody talks about it like that. So it usually creates a shock. And when we go to schools, sometimes some conservative teachers might dig a horrors, if because they're not accustomed seeing a kid so happy when they hear somebody saying, reading is boring, is not that effective. Even though we read a lot of books, when you remember 10% and less of what you read. An interactive approach, you remember 90% and more. Our brains are designed to learn by doing. So when you tell kids that, they're like, yeah, that makes sense. So we tell kids, okay, if you want to be a better footballer, play FIFA on PlayStation. And they understand that, they get that. That's common sense to them. So when they hear us talk, they're like, wow, yes, this something like that exists. Of course we want to do Cashflow. In fact, a lot of kids drop out of university sometimes when they do Cashflow because they realize, why am I doing a degree program to make more money, but when I finish I'm not making more money, I'm getting low pay.
Tell about the kid.
I spend a lot of money on my degree program and my master's program, and I'm not seeing the returns. So guess what? If you did a business instead and learn to sell, you'll make way more money, even in real estate sales.
Raj, the kid who sold the cookies and thing, tell them about it.
Oh, the 16-year-old kid? Well, we had a 16-year-old kid who did Cashflow back. Oh, he came back to Cashflow a couple years later. But at 16 years old, he did Cashflow, and he went back to school and started selling in school. And he was making money selling. He was selling stationery. He started selling juice. He started selling cookies and doing all sorts of services. And eventually started making about $2,000 a week.
What?
Yeah, which was more than his teacher's pay.
Oh my God!
And he got suspended.
He got suspended.
Yeah, he got suspended. So, we actually met him about
2 years ago.
About
That's
2-3 years ago again.
Yeah.
He's now in his early 20s now, and he's a professional footballer and trying to get his pro card, and he's doing his thing.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Now we come to the end of the show for now, and I want to know what you want to leave with the listeners. They were very passionate about what you had to say. So, what do you want them to take away from today? And then I'll ask my next question.
I would like to leave you all with this one idea. People always ask me, which country has the most economic potential? Because I teach investing. I've been teaching investing for 18 years, and they're quite shocked with my answer when I tell them Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and Suriname. I personally call it the GTS. To me, it's the next UAE. With Guyana's getting all the limelight right now, finding all the oil and gas, and Venezuela trying to fight for it and stuff. But guess what? Suriname has more. They don't want people to know what's actually happening.
Mm.
So this country is actually about to run into a lot of money. So having the world's largest Cashflow club in such a small country, I think is a blessing in disguise. And again, this country is very small. The population is very small. So we are very confident that we succeed.
And if anyone out there is looking to learn more, because you gave some serious gems today on the show, and I appreciate you coming in to do that today. How can they contact you?
On Facebook, we're on Cashflow Club TNT.
Mm-hmm.
Cashflow Club TNT on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can also search for me on Instagram. richdad.com. Richdad.com, that's Cashflow Club. And for Remax is remax-caribbeanislands.com. That's our website. Remax-caribbeanislands.com. And our Remax office is open 7 days a week. We work very hard and we love what we do, and it's how we keep this thing going. We consider a poverty eradication program that requires no charity, no funding, no charity. We don't want donations, we don't want no money, we don't want nothing but business. We just want to do as much business as possible. So when you see those Remax agents out there, get them as much business as possible. Keep them good.
That's right. Folks, thank you, Roger. Roger Moore, folks. He is, I think he is the future, to be honest, in the way that he's speaking. And I just applaud you for what you're doing to impact our country and, in fact, impact the world. This has been an amazing Conversations with Karen. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to be here next week, Monday, all right? In the meantime, take care.